Hi everyone, it's Nick Libert with Exit Realty, and today we are talking about a special topic. It's home staging. You need to stage your home when you're selling it in order to get the highest possible price. And we get a lot of questions about that. I do on my sales team. We get it generally in the industry as well. What should I do? What should my property look like? What can I do to get the highest possible price, the best traffic, and the most positive outcome out of the photos and the virtual tours that we're doing as agents. So I brought a friend of mine with me today, Brock Williams. Brock is a designer and a stager, and I've worked with him on several projects, both for myself, for other clients, and they've had a wonderful time with him, getting some places up to speed and looking amazing that sometimes weren't always the most fantastic at the beginning. So Brock's going to talk to you a little bit. I am as well. What we did was together we came up with, both from the designer standpoint and from the realtor standpoint, a top 10 list of what you need to do in order to properly stage your home. So these are our staging tips for you. And I'm going to start off with the first one, your entryway. So whether that's your front porch at your house, or your door in your condo building, that's got to create a great first impression. I think a lot of people focus on what's inside the house, and that's obviously very important. But in a condo building, when you walk up and you see mail stacked up and 18 Amazon packages or stuff like that, where people clearly aren't cleaning up after themselves or taking care of the building, that's a concern. So you want to make sure that you're working with your condo association to have all the common areas painted nicely, cleaned up if they can. And if they refuse to do it, ask their permission and maybe do it yourself. You will definitely get a return on that investment in your time. But at the very least, make sure that the common areas are clean and that you walk up your front door and your area is nicely put together.
So yeah, number 2 is following on to that. So next up is the obvious one, clean your house. So for that one, you really want to make sure that you make everything sparkle. I would highly recommend using a professional for this. That way you can really get a deep clean in there and make sure that everything is good to go, because that is the very first impression that anyone's going to see. The next one is going to be clear your clutter. So along with that, before you have that professional come in, you want to do this spring cleaning that everyone's going to be doing soon. So make sure that you're going to be getting all that clutter off the countertops and then out of your living room, out of your kids' toy rooms. Make sure that you're cleaning up even after your pets. To make sure that everything is clean and ready to go, so that the client can see the true potential of all the space that you have in your house.
And that, I want to bring something up with that. Cleaning the clutter and all that, you can get a pod, a storage unit. And going back beyond that about the cleaning the house, make sure that you have everything odor-free. Get rid of anything that is causing any sort of pet odor, a smoke smell. You want a nice, clean, neutral scent in there. So be conscious not only of the way it looks, but the way the property smells as well.
Yeah, so number 4 is going to be open up your closet space. So you want to have 20 to 30% of your closet space to be open. That kind of extends into your cupboards and any kind of door and storage space that a client can open. You want to make sure that they look in and see that not everything is full to the brim, so that they can imagine themselves living there and not having to worry about storage space and being able to even grow and have even more space and more opportunities there.
Number 5 then, this is one of mine, making sure your floors look good. So if you've got hardwood floors, shine them up. Make sure they're clean, that they're clutter-free, that they're not dirty. If they're scuffed up, try to get those scuffs out, get a good nice shine on it. If you need to refinish them and have the money, great. If you don't have the money to refinish them, at the very least, get rid of all the rugs and things that are the area rugs and traffic rugs that are clogging it up and where you can't see the potential of the floors. You want to be able to see the hardwood floors, and hopefully they've got a good shine to them. You've cleaned them up nicely. Carpets, please clean your carpets. Don't have stained carpets. I'd rather see bare floors, or subflooring almost, than seeing stained, terrible carpet, because obviously any buyer is going to think that kind of sets an overall impression of the house. And going back to the odor, that may be the cause of some odors as well. So carpets cleaned and hardwood floors either refinished or very clean.
Yeah. So the next one is one that most people would kind of overlook, is styling your dining room table. So for this one, you're going to want to bring it in, and you can go big or you can go small. Anything from a couple floral arrangements onto the dining room table to a full-on dining set. If you have a really nice dining set, I would highly recommend that. You want to be able to show the client and have them imagine themselves being in that space and using it to bring over friends for Thanksgiving dinner or any kind of party, or just any kind of using that space to really show what it can be and what you can do with it.
Yeah, for entertaining and things like that too. I like that.
So that's going to go right along with number 7, which is going to be rearranging your furniture, and that's more so towards your living room. So right now you probably have all of your furniture arranged so that it's looking towards the TV, but you're not trying to sell a TV, you're trying to sell a house. So turn all that furniture inwards and try to make a conversation space out of it, so you can get them engaged that way and have them thinking that they're going to be living in the home and having family time, and friends over. Everyone's going to be looking in towards each other and really enjoying themselves that way. The next one's going to be choosing neutral colors. So now's not the time to experiment with your colors. I would highly recommend doing your neutral colors, whether that be a brown or a gray, depending on how modern your house is. And then making sure that that extends into the bedroom. So you want to have a gender neutral bedroom to make sure that any kind of client that comes in, they can both see themselves living in that space.
Nice. And number 9 is a no-brainer to me, but I think sometimes people forget this. You've got to be able to entice people to walk through the whole property. So if you've got a corner that you've shoved a lot of storage space or boxes or a piece of furniture you're not using in, or an old TV, and people can't get into a closet or into another room, that obstructs their flow, and they're actually not going to be able to imagine themselves in the home. So make sure that there is free flow through, that you don't have any traffic patterns blocked, and that people entice them to walk through the whole house. If you're a real estate agent or you're hired a real estate agent, make sure that agent physically showing the property and walking everyone through the entire house, any common areas and amenities, and that all of those are easily accessible to the consumer.
Yeah, the last one is going to be number 10, staging awkward spaces. So this one, any kind of space that you're not really utilizing in your house very well. That could be under the stairs, and if you have that open, it can be utilized as a desk space or an office space. Put a little desk tray there, make it look like it is usable space, and kind of get the client thinking about what they can do with that space rather than just be an awkward dead space.
Same way with outdoor space. Guys, it's a great time to be putting any sort of landscaping in, a barbecue grill, even if you're not going to use it. Sell the story of the space, and if there's outdoor space in the unit, please make sure that that space is staged properly and it's continuing to add value to the house. So that's it. That's our top 10 list. We're going to have Brock's information online for you, so if you need design or stage help, he's a fantastic person to talk to, and we look forward to seeing you again the next time on Lunch with Libert.